Dear child, pause for a moment, breathe slowly. Something meaningful is unfolding quietly around you, not loud, not dramatic, but real. Even when you are not present, even when you are silent, even when you are silent, even when you believe you have been forgotten, your name is still alive in their world. You may not see it, you may not hear it, you may not be aware of it, but you are being spoken about with care, with tenderness, with respect. Your absence did not erase you, it amplified you. What you gave did not fade. When you stepped away, it stayed, it lingered. It rooted itself deep in their memory, in their emotions, in their spirit. Here is the truth. Here is the truth. You left a mark that could not be undone. They speak about you. Not only in quiet thoughts, not only in moments of nostalgia, they speak your name out loud, to family, to friends, to people who matter to them, even when they try to appear composed, even when they try to seem unaffected. Your name keeps rising to the surface. Stories about you slip into conversations without warning. Small memories return at random moments. The things you once said, the way you listened, the way you understood them, without judgment, all of it keeps resurfacing. And the people around them notice. They notice the pause before your name is spoken. They notice the shift in energy. They notice how their eyes soften, how their voice changes, how they suddenly become more reflective, even when they try to keep it casual, even when they try to downplay it. The truth leaks through. Because real love does not hide well, and what they felt for you was real. It still is. And this is why questions have started to rise around them, not gentle questions, not easy ones. Questions they were not ready to answer. People have noticed. They ask why your name keeps returning to conversations, why their energy shifts the moment you are mentioned, why there is still so much feeling attached to someone from the past. Some ask carefully, others ask directly. Are you still in love? Others wonder aloud why someone like you was ever allowed to walk out of their life. And here is the honest truth. They do not fully know how to explain it. What they feel for you does not fit into simple words. It goes deeper than attraction. Deeper than attraction. To them, it feels spiritual. Like something their soul recognized instantly. Even when their mind could not understand it at the time, they did not forget you. They did not truly move on the way. They pretend they did. They simply did not know how to hold something that felt so real, so deep, so exposing. Sometimes people pull away, not because love is weak, but because it is strong. They tried to minimize it. They tried to label it as a phase. They tried to replace the feeling with distractions, with routines, with other people. But nothing worked, because your presence was not just emotional. It was grounding, it was calming, it felt safe. And that kind of connection does not disappear just because someone walks away from it. Your absence became its own message. The people around them felt the change when you were no longer close. They noticed the shift in their mood, in their peace, in their clarity. Something was missing. And they could sense it, even if they could not explain it. That is when conversations began, circling back to you. That is when your name started coming up more often. Not because they planned it, but because their heart kept leading them there. Some people in their life are now encouraging them. They say things like, "Do not lose someone like that. If you do not make it right, you will regret it. You have never talked about anyone this way before." Those words are landing heavy on their heart, because deep down, they already know there is truth in them. Others around them are afraid. Afraid because choosing you would mean change, it would mean growth, it would mean letting go of old patterns, old fears, old pride, and that is where the struggle truly is. Loving you requires honesty, it requires maturity, it requires stepping into something deeper than comfort. And that kind of decision can feel overwhelming to someone who was not ready before. But even fear has not been able to silence what is happening inside them. The more they speak about you, the more they remember. and the more they remember, the clearer it becomes. They never truly let you go. They may have paused, they may have stepped back, they may have gone quiet, but the connection did not die, it waited. They remember the way you listened, the way you made them feel understood, the way you saw them without trying to fix or control them. They remember how your presence brought peace instead of chaos. They remember how you showed up when others did not, how you offered patience when they were unsure, how you gave love without demanding anything in return. And now they are saying things to others. I have never met anyone like them. I was better when they were in my life. What I felt with them was different. And when someone asks why they have not done anything about it yet, that question stays with them. It echoes, it does not leave, because now, talking about you is no longer enough. It is becoming uncomfortable to speak your name everywhere, except to you. It is becoming heavy to admit these feelings to everyone else, while staying silent with the one person who matters most. They are starting to feel the weight of unfinished words, unspoken truths, conversations that still need to happen. That is why there may be moments of silence from them now, not because they do not care, but because they are gathering courage. They are wrestling with honesty. They are realizing that indirect expression no longer satisfies their soul. They do not just want to remember you anymore. They want to face real with you. And this may surprise you, because you did not know how much they spoke about you. You did not know how many times your name was said. You did not know how many people already know your story through them. You did not know how deeply you impacted their life. Simply by being who you are, your name became a constant echo in their world, a quiet melody playing in the background of their life, and now that echo is turning into movement. Not forced, not rushed, but undeniable. So if you have been questioning your value, wondering if you truly mattered, doubting whether the connection was real, let this settle gently into your heart. You were not forgettable. You were not just someone they met. You were not just someone they met. You were a turning point, a mirror, a lesson. A kind of love they did not know how to receive then, but they are starting to understand it now. Even the people around them can see it. And sometimes that is how truth rises. Through conversations, through reminders, through others holding up a mirror when someone refuses to look at it themselves. You are closer than you think, not only in distance, but in decision. What was whispered in secret is slowly moving toward the light. What lived silently in their heart is preparing to be spoken aloud. Receive this as reassurance. You were seen, you were felt, you were remembered, and your presence still matters more than you know. They have already admitted the truth in ways they did not plan, not through a big confession, not through a dramatic moment, but through slips of the tongue, pauses that lasted too long, reactions they could not hide. Your name keeps surfacing without permission, without intention. It comes out softly, naturally, like something sacred that refuses to stay buried. Someone noticed it recently, the way their face changed, the way their energy shifted the moment your name was spoken. And when they were asked, "You still love them, do you not?" they did not respond, not because they did not know the answer, but because silence felt safer than admitting what their heart has carried all along. They tried to redirect the conversation, but it did not work. The room felt it. The atmosphere shifted. Their heart revealed itself. And heaven already knew. The truth is this: they cannot hide it anymore. Not from other people, not from God, not from themselves. It is written all over them. It shows in their quiet moments, in the way they pause mid-sentence, in the way they grow distant. When something reminds them of you, you are stitched into their stillness. Even when nothing is said, you are present. What has changed is this: other people see it now. Family, friends, the ones who know them well enough to notice. When something is no longer the same, some of those people are praying openly. Some are praying quietly, but they are praying because they watched what this connection did to them. They saw how you softened parts of them that were guarded, how you grounded them, how you stayed with them, even after distance, even after separation, even after time tried to convince everyone that this should have faded by now, but it did not fade. It deepened. This is not nostalgia anymore. This is realization. It is regret mixed with clarity. They are finally understanding that you were not just someone who loved them. You were someone significant, someone rare, someone meant to cross their path, someone their future recognized before their mind did, and that understanding has shaken them. Because now the understanding has shaken them. Because now they see what they did not protect, what they did not honor, what they almost lost. They are asking questions they never asked before. Do they still think about me? Do they know I have been talking about them? Would they hear me if I reached out now? Would they believe me? Would they even want me back in their life after everything? These questions do not come from someone who has moved on. They come from someone whose heart is awake and afraid at the same time. They do not want to return casually. They do not want to come back with confusion, with mixed signals, with half-truths. They want to come back with clarity, with honesty, with words that repair what silence once damaged. They want to show up differently this time, more mature, more intentional, more grounded, because they understand now. What you offered was not ordinary. The people around them are saying it out loud now. You cannot keep carrying this. You owe them honesty. If you feel this, you owe them honesty. Deeply, stop pretending you do not. And while they nod along, their soul has already moved ahead of their fear. Their heart has already started turning toward you again. Not because they are being pushed, but because something deeper will not let them stay still. They have been dreaming again, real dreams, not noise, not scattered thoughts. Dreams where you appear calm, steady, present, not angry, not distant, just there. And that unsettles them, because while they were running from the truth never stopped loving them. But truth never stopped loving them. While they were trying to move on, their spirit kept circling back. They do not talk about you to everyone, only to the people they trust, only to the ones who will not judge, only to the ones who will not minimize what this truly is. And those people see it clearly. They see the glow when your name is mentioned. They notice the quiet that follows memories of you. They hear the way. Their voice changes without effort, and those people are telling them the truth they have been avoiding. You do not get people like that twice. If God placed someone like this in your life, do not let fear steal it from you. So now they are listening, not just to advice, but to something deeper. They are realizing these conversations were not random, that maybe God has been using the people around them as mirrors, reflecting back what their heart has known all along, that maybe the delay was not rejection. It was preparation, that maybe they had to talk about you. Before they could finally talk to you, they have already said so much in rooms you were never in. They confessed what they felt in conversations you never heard. They defended your name when you were not there to defend yourself. They corrected people who spoke lightly about you. They said things like, "You do not understand what they meant to me. You did not see how they changed me." That is not something someone does for a memory. That is something they do for someone who still matters deeply. Their family has noticed too. They ask what changed them, why they seem different, why your name still comes up. And even when they do not know how to explain it, their heart answers anyway, quietly, honestly, with your name. They thought time would erase this. They thought distance would weaken it. They thought logic would make it disappear, but instead, the feeling matured. It became quieter, stronger, more grounded, less emotional chaos. More truth, less fantasy, more weight. They light up when your name is spoken. They fall silent when something reminds them of you. They drift into memories without realizing it. And the truth is this: they never truly wanted to leave. Their body may have moved on, but their heart did not. What is holding them back now is not lack of love. It is the depth of it. They are afraid because they know, if they step back into your life, there is no shallow version of this connection. There is no pretending. There is no half commitment. This is the kind of love that changes direction, the kind that asks for permanence, the kind that does not allow exits once you enter fully, and still, movement has begun. They are not speaking with bitterness anymore. They are speaking with understanding. If I get another chance, I will be ready. If God allows it, I will not waste it. If I see them again, I will not let fear decide for me. Those words are not empty anymore, because intention is forming, courage is building. They are preparing to turn words into action, to turn silence into truth, to turn what was hidden into something open and real. They are no longer denying what this is. They are learning that the delay was not absence, it was growth. They had to see clearly. They had to mature fully. They had to recognize your value, without the noise of emotion clouding their vision. If this message spoke to your heart, if it brought you peace, clarity, or comfort, you can support this channel by buying a small coffee. Your coffee support helps keep these messages coming. It helps us reach more hearts that need reassurance. The coffee link is pinned in the comments, and if this message resonated with you, please like, please follow, please share it with someone who may need it today. Thank you for being here. Your support truly matters.